Good morning, everybody. Here is the full moon setting. I didn't think I was going to come back live, but I did. Here I am. So, good morning. It's about 5:15 a.m. here in Arizona on this beautiful October. Is it the 7th? Yeah, it's the 7th. So, yesterday we had our full moon, full supermoon rising. And I was able to go live and film the, excuse me, the sunrise, or I mean, sorry, the moon rising as the sun was setting. That was really, really cool. It was beautiful. I should have probably stayed live a little bit longer just to show the light, because we started walking some more and it was just so beautiful. Just lovely, lovely, lovely last night. Lovely night last night, and it's 5:15 in the morning, and the moon is now setting, and it is looking very, very beautiful and huge. Look how big that sucker looks. Oh my God, it's bigger in the camera, which is surprising. It's my try to fix my camera. Yeah, that's about right. It looks like it's zoomed in, but it is not. This is not zoomed in. Look how huge it is. It's amazing. So I hopped up and thought, I wonder where it's at. And here it is, perfectly setting there. So I just had to come live. Hey, in the chat. Let's see who is in the chat. Dodge City Kid. Yes, this is the moon. It does look like the sun. It's crazy. That's how bright this sucker is. This is I didn't think this was the first super moon of the year. I thought the eclipsed moon was also a super moon that we had in, last month or in August or whatever it was. But yeah, that's how big it is. It's just huge. It is amazing. It does look like the sun. Hi, Aaron. Lamandang. Lamandang. Where are you from? Hello, welcome to my morning moonset. Hello, Alak Raj. No, it's not eclipse. It's just we had the lunar eclipse and we had the solar eclipse. This is just a not just, but this is a super moon. I guess it's our first super moon of the year, and then I think we have another one before the year ends. But yeah, it's just a huge moon. This is the setting of the official full moon. So the moon was officially full last night as it rose. But I think because it's a super moon, it really is full for those 3 days that it's in Aries. So apparently it's in Aries for this super moon. So Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, it's technically full. But this is the setting from its official fullness or whatever last night. But I think right now it's probably at its fullest for me here in Arizona anyway. Let's see, what else? LOL, what are you laughing about? It produces its own light. Yes, there are all kinds of different theories about what the moon is actually doing and what it actually is. I have no direct information on that. I just, I'm just an observer of it. I've done some research and looked at other people's YouTube videos about it. The moon producing its own light as opposed to being, a reflection of the sun. So research those topics. I don't know enough to really speak on, you know, what's what, but I definitely do believe that we do not know everything about the nature of the moon and the sun and the celestial bodies, as I think there's more to it than what we're traditionally taught. So, but I have to leave it there because I really don't know too much about those topics, or I'm not an authority on it. I can't totally expound on it or anything. So, research those topics. There are some alternative theories about what the moon is and what the celestial bodies are and all of that. What can we do with the supermoon? There's nothing. The supermoon is affecting you. Uh, so I kind of have to speak in roundabout terms with it because um, there's nothing definitive about it. So I don't want to. People have different views on these things, but we I think we all can agree, or we tend to agree, that the moon has a strong effect on us as human beings, on water. We know it affects the tides, or we believe it affects the tides and things like that. So it has a very strong effect, and I do feel like astrology and those things there's validity to it. In fact, I'm going to plug my app right now. I have a free app, everybody. It's in the link of the description. Check it out. Just click the link and go play around with it. But it's a free app that I created. So when I was doing I spent I'm a soul seeker at nature regardless, but I went through a 4 or 5 month period here, most recent 4 or 5 months, doing like deep soul work. And in that process, um, there were some tools that I was using, and I wanted to create something that other people could use to guide themselves through inner work. So my background is in psychology, and I incorporate astrology and Kabbalah and Jungian theories and some body work in there. I also do body work, and I found that you kind of have to approach your inner work through many, many modalities. And so I created this app to put all those things together so that people could do deep soul work with a little bit more guidance than just, you know, because I was frustratedly searching and going through different modalities and found that many modalities were necessary. And when I would talk to people about it, they didn't quite understand what I was talking about. So I created an app. You can create apps now pretty easily. Not easily, it was a challenge. I used a AI development platform, and I had to wrangle my AI to do what I wanted it to do to create the app that I created. And I'm really proud of it because it's got a lot of texture in there. There's astrology, there's Kabbalah, there's a page where I would love people to leave me feedback if you go in there and use it, because I want to continue to develop it and make sure that it's doing what I want it to do in terms of guiding people through their inner journey. There's like a dating component to it, which I don't like to say that. It's more, I do think we have each our own energy frequency that we're emanating to create the bodies that we have in this reality, we'll say. And that frequency that it, the app creates like a blueprint that tells you what that frequency is and what your path, um, how to align with your soul's path And so I thought that it would be cool to have a section where people could kind of see how their frequency syncs up with other people's frequencies. And so I guess it is a dating thing in there, but I have to build up the user base to see how it matches people up. So I'd love for people to go in there and start using it and see if it works and let me know if it works or not. But it's free. Click the link in the description. I think I put it in this one. If it's not in this live description or whatever, then just go to one of my previous lives. It's in one of those and start interacting with the app and let me know if it's everything that I think that it is. That's my app plug. All right, what's going on in the chat? Oh, hi, Carol. How are you? Welcome. Yes, we're looking at the moon. It's so, Carol, I think you're in Africa somewhere, Namibia or something. So what is it, in the morning for you? Is it the middle of the day? So it's 5:20 probably for me in the morning. And this is it's the setting of the supermoon, which was officially full last night, which I went live to show it rising. Now this is the same phase setting here in Arizona, 5:15 in the morning, and it is gigantic. It looks like the sun. It's not day yet. It's actually still quite dark, but look how much light there is. And look how much light that thing is throwing off. It is crazy amazing. And so I'm a Cancerian, and the moon is my planet or whatever, or my celestial body that kind of has a major effect on some things for me. So I just, I don't know. I'm just going, I've been going gaga over this moon since last night. So I had to come back. I promised I would come back to go live for the setting of it, so that's what I'm doing. All right. Okay. Let's see. So, what can we do with it? We can just enjoy the energy of it and maybe understand how it affects us. Go check out my app. Go in my app and put your birth date and stuff in there, and it'll give you your blueprint. And then you can basically you're going to be interacting with AI and asking it questions and things like that according to your natal chart and how these things affect you. So once you put your birth date in there, um, it's going to ask you to donate. I have to ask for donations. It's a free app. It's going to ask for donations. If you want to give a donation, lovely. If you don't, just click off of there, go to your blueprint, and then start asking it, like, hey, according to my natal chart, we're having a supermoon right now. How does that affect me? And whatever, and it'll start interacting with you. Oh. Oh, you're making fun of my mispronunciation. It's hard. My eyes are all blurry. I just woke up. These words in this chat are all blurry for me, so I have to like mess around to see it. Okay. We don't know how it's good. I don't know how it's gonna affect you. Go use my app and see. Or you tell me. You're I don't know where you're at. Let's see, Mr. Crockett Wizard WZ Wiz. um, where are you and what time is it? Because that'll help me to understand what to say to you to help you understand, I guess. I don't know. You're asking my opinion. I understand that, but um, I would like to know where you are and what time is it? What time it is there, and then we can go from there. Okay, yes, we're looking at the moon. Oh, hey, Rakesh. Thanks for liking. Like and subscribe, guys, if you like and want to subscribe, if you want to know when I'm going to hop on here at any random time. Okay, can we cleanse our energy through these super moon periods? I've heard it's a time where you can do that. I don't know. That sounds probable. That sounds like something that is possible. Um, so like with crystals and things like that, I've done a little bit of crystal work, but you can cleanse your crystals that way with the sun or the moon, depending, or both, preferably. It's good to give your crystals a 24-hour sun moon cycle. So, yeah, I mean, everything is basically an energetic emanation here. So, if it works for crystals, I'm sure it does something for us as humans and everything else. But it's just going to be a little bit different for everybody in terms of what it's doing for you and how it's cleansing you and what it's going to, it's kind of like adaptogen herbs, um, herbal adaptogens are going to affect everybody a little bit differently depending on what is needed in the system. So yeah, cleansing sounds good to me. When did I first learn about this stuff? It's Hi Sam Hyde. Welcome to my Moonset live. It's just been a life of learning, really. Um, my academic background is in psychology, and um, when you're in your undergraduate studies and stuff, you study stuff, but you really don't embody what you're learning in your earlier academics. And as I went into graduate school and things like that, you study a little bit more, you embody it a little bit more. But I think, I'm an older person now, so now just living through life, having my own experiences, and going back in and through teaching and interacting with people, and then doing my own study and living life, and re um, really rereading and going back. I've really taken a little bit more of a deep dive into Carl Jung's work. It was, I don't know why I didn't get into it more when I was younger, because of its mystical nature. It's um, oh, God, I can't talk. Sorry, it's early, guys. Anthropology component to it. Um, but yeah, just my academic background and then life, having that thirst to continue to search for, meaning, and reading and studying and interacting and talking and all these things. So, yeah. My app is called Tikkun Olam, so it has, so I really do believe that healing yourself does heal the world, because we all have our energetic frequencies, and this is a universe. There's a lot in that science shows us that a lot of the things that, well, the fabric of reality basically is sound or frequency or vibration. And so when we interact with each other, we're creating music, we're creating harmonies and chords and some if you've studied music or anything, there's chord dissonance and chord harmonies, and it's the same with people and everything else in this reality. So when we go within and discover our own frequencies and we harmonize with ourselves and tune our own frequency, then when we exist in this world, then we're harmonizing with it. So Tikkun Olam is about repairing the world, and I think that we do it by repairing ourselves or tuning ourselves. I don't want to make it seem like we're not, like we're broken or whatever, but we're tuning ourselves. So I I I, I used to play guitar a little bit, and I didn't play for a long, like 20 years, and I pulled my guitar out, and the same strings that were on the guitar like 20 years ago, I think my dad even put the strings on my guitar, and I'm surprised that they weren't broken and they were tunable, but I had to, tune my guitar strings and tighten them up and do all kinds of things to them to bring it back into a playable state. And I think that's just we're like an instrument here in this reality, and we can tune it, and our frequency has an effect on the rest of existence. So yeah, the app is called Tikkun Olam. To give you a long answer. Uh, oh, you couldn't download it. So you don't, it's not technically an app, but it works like an app. It's a progressive web app. This is what the platform that I used created. So you just click the link and use it like a web page. But to make it work like an app, you can just go into the browser setting or whatever and tell it that you want to save a icon on your home page. If you're on your mobile device, just go to it'll take you to a web page. You'll get into the app and start interacting with it like a web page. But if you want it to kind of open like an app and feel like an app, then go to the browser dots or whatever in the corner and choose to save an icon on your home screen, and then you can just it basically is a bookmark to that page. And then when you do that, when you click it from the icon, it'll take away the frames that make it look like a website. There's a long explanation for all of this, but it'll open and feel like an app. But you don't have to. The beauty of it is you don't actually have to download it to your device. You're just using it. It's basically a web page, but it will feel like an app, and so there. Okay. Hey, Gamer Lacey, welcome back. I hope you made it home the other day, okay? Welcome back to the Moonset. Look at this. So the sun is right. I love it when the moon is setting and the sun is rising. I think that creates like some sort of mystical portal that, I can't explain any of these things. I'm more of a feeling type person. I just feel this stuff and try to explain it. But look, it's so huge. It's not even that big live. Like I'm looking at it. It looks big, but it doesn't look as big as what the camera is showing. So this is kind of really cool that the camera is like making it look like it's a sun. This is fantastic. It is night. Well, it's the morning. It's about 5:30 right now in the morning. So when I first came out here, it was pitch black, and now the sun is rising as this moon is setting. So it's about 5:30 in the morning, and the sun is coming up on the other side. Oh, you're in the afternoon, Carol. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. How was the super moon for you? Were you up to see it? Hello, Dark Knight. I got a little long-winded there. So I'm behind on these chats. Amsal Afandi Siragar. I don't know. Sorry if I'm slaughtering your name, but welcome. Easy 24. Good morning to the wind. Good morning. It's not in my bio, it's just in the go to one of my, I think I put it in the description of this video, but I guess I should put it in my bio, huh? That might be a good place to put it. I'll try that. I'll put it in there. Let's see. Tango. Hello, Tango. JS77, having a background in psychology, would you say this is normal behavior? What normal behavior? My behavior? Yeah, all behavior is normal behavior, basically. Jimmy Ganglia? Yes, I like mooning. Mooning. Elric. Hi, Elric. Yes, I'm in America. I'm in Arizona, which is a southwestern state in the United States. We are adjacent to the Mexico international border. And yeah, so when I first came out here, it was quite cold. Well, I can't say cold because that's relative. It's probably about, gosh, I should check the temperature, but I didn't check the temperature, but I would guess it's around like 65 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius, but it was a little bit chilly, but it's still quite warm. But just with this little bit of sun coming up, it's like warmed up quite probably like 5 degrees, I would imagine. So it's probably 70 degrees right now. But we're a warmer state. We'll probably get to be around like 85 degrees, maybe even 90 degrees today. And yeah. Jimmy Ganglia, moon you? I am mooning you. There's the moon. And it's saying hello to you at this very, very moment. I don't know where you are in the world, but it could be out for you. So you can get direct contact with it if you want to. Or you can just look at this. Somnath Deshmukh. Wow. Where are you at? Who am I? I am just a lady in Arizona. I like to go live for sunsets and moonsets and things. I have a free app. It's in the description. It's not technically an app. It's a progressive web app is what I am to be. That's all I know. Click the link and interact with it. It combines astrology, Kabbalah. There's an audio in there, and last night I promised Miss Mimi Wunsch Dallas, Texas, to do an audio for her and put that in the app for a Scorpio. So in my app, I do Feldenkrais, and so if anybody is aware of that, it's a somatic movement therapy, and one of the elements of it is guiding people through audio lessons and through a series of movements called Awareness Through Movements. And I'm building that library in there. I have one audio in there so far, and I like to combine the astrological concepts with the body work. So, like for Cancerians, I'm a Cancerian, so I did my first audio for me, and it's called Cancerian Spine Integration, and I'm guiding you through some work on the floor, just light movements that you do on the floor to help you integrate mind and body. And so there's a Cancerian one in there. I got to do one for Mimi, for Scorpio, and I will eventually probably do one for every sign of the zodiac, and just other things that will help people to focus and connect their mind and body together. Okay, let me scroll back a little bit. Hey Falcon, Melavant, like button please, yay, like and subscribe. You don't you don't like me, okay, that's cool. It's overcast. Oh, I'm very sorry. Face filter. Okay. No actual cheeks. I don't know if the moon has cheeks, but that is just the most amazing sight. It is incredible how this thing is just that big. And now it's getting it, since the sun is directly opposite to it, it really is like the moon and the sun are like interacting with each other as, you know, two bodies facing each other. This is just so beautiful. They're having a romantic meeting together, rising and setting. Oh, it's very archetypal. It's very Jungian. Okay, bursting someone's bubble doesn't make yours any stronger. I like how you laughed at that. Sure, why not? Laughter is its own medicine, right? Okay. Well, I don't know. Should I wait until the moon is totally gone? We're at 33 minutes here. I think I will, since it's setting pretty quickly here. It'll be down in like 5 minutes probably. But that just tickles me that this moon is this big and this bright, and that I willed myself to get up to film it. This is so great. Wow. Okay, what are you guys saying in the chat? Hello, Karangia. Welcome to the moon setting. I am in Arizona, southwestern United States, southern Arizona. And I am just recording. I keep saying filming. See, I'm dating myself. I'm an older person, so we used to film things. We used to actually film things, but it's, what is it? Probably 5:45 at this point in the morning, and the sun has just started to come up. When I first started this live, it was still dark. The sun had not yet emerged, and we just had this bright, beautiful moon. And now the moon and the sun are meeting each other. They're able to have their romance together and finally see each other, which I guess they do relatively often. They're like a married couple. They probably see each other as much as married couples do. Okay, you should do longer streams. You have the voice of a healer. Oh, you're so sweet, Falcon. Karangia, beautiful view of the sky. Yeah, thank you. Well, I'm not producing it, but I'm capturing it and sharing it with you. So I'm glad you're able to share it with me. And Falcon, these are longer. Like this is 35 minutes. I used to go for like 10, 15, 20 minutes at a time, which is, you know, it depends on my energy and what I feel like doing. But we've had a lot of phenomenal things happening in the skies lately. We've had, what, 2 eclipses? We had a lunar eclipse, we had a solar eclipse. We had, I think we had a honeymoon, we've had a lot of different things. And, you know, I've only been doing these lives since March. And, I really haven't been like a sky watcher that much until, you know, I really started to focus on it with these lives. So it feels like 2025 has had more celestial anomalies than previous years, but I don't know. I can't say that. It feels like it, but I can't, you know. My reality is going to be different than anybody else's, I'm sure. So, yeah, there's been a lot of anomalies that I've collided with to share and to record. And um, so, yeah, this has been an amazing year, really. So yes, yesterday was a full moon. And you're in a different time. So you're in India. So what is it like? Oh, so you must be, let's see. What is it? I guess it would be in the afternoon. Carol was in the afternoon, but you're all the way in India. Is it night for you? No, it must be night. So it must be, yeah, it must be night. So last night was so I did do a moon rising. And this is the same moon, basically, that we saw for my sunset video last night. It's now setting. So this is the same full moon, and it's technically full. It was full last night, it rose, and now it is setting. So this is the full 24-hour track through the sky of that full moon, and it's a super moon. That's why it's so freaking huge over there, going down. And I'm surprised it doesn't, see, the camera has it's not doing whatever it was doing to make it look so large, but it technically should be a little bit bigger, but now it is a little bit smaller over there. That's more accurate how it's showing in the camera, its size. But anyway, this is our first supermoon, I guess, maybe of the year. It's very close to us, and there's all kinds of things happening. I'm surprised. Well, we'll see. Well, I don't really watch the news, but I bet the news, probably there were a lot of things going on last night. So we were walking in our little, there's like a nature reserve or whatever around us, but you know, here in America, we have a lot of homeless people. And because of the weather here in Arizona. A lot are here because we have mild weather. And so as it was getting darker, it was weird because like we were in kind of we just stepped off of the trail and into the brush and stuff a little bit to film and get a good view. But as soon as it got dark, like the bushes started shaking. Noises started, like people started to come out of the woodwork. It was kind of weird. So we ended it uh, a little sooner just to make sure that we were not encroaching on anybody's um, space or whatever. But check out last night's live if you want to see the this same moon rising from last night. And I actually didn't hear very many coyotes last night. I kind of went to bed a bit earlier than I normally do. And but on full moons, the coyotes will sing quite a bit. They were singing last night as the moon was coming up, but I would have thought that they would have been a little bit more vocal. So this moon is in Aries, and I think it still is. And I actually just learned that the moon stays in the different signs for only 3 days. I thought it stayed in all 30 days of the moon or whatever I thought it, but no, it doesn't. So it cycles through all of the zodiac through the 30 days. So, but this is a super moon in Aries, which is probably gonna or has made people feel a little bit more assertive. I don't want to say aggressive, even though I just did, but you might feel a little bit more assertive during this time, depending on your natal chart. Check out my app, go in there and run your chart, and it'll kind of give you all your signs and everything. But um, in my natal chart, my Mars and my Jupiter are in Aries. So this moon has really increased like my assertiveness qualities, I'll say. Okay, let me go back to the chat here. I love your hearts, Falcon. I love colors. It makes me feel good. Oh yeah, the blood moon. Well, that was in August, right? Yeah, the blood moon was what? Yeah, the blood moon was much wilder in terms of the energy and how I felt. That was a crazy time for sure. So yeah, in August, the full moon for August was crazy, much crazier than this, which I'm so surprised about. This was, even though the moon is in Aries, I'm shocked at how there's like, I feel like people at large have had restraint. I felt a sense of restraint with people. Yeah, it's been a little bit weird anytime you get a full moon, and this is very documented scientifically that, behaviors and things shift during the full moon. So I would have thought that this huge moon in Aries would have caused a lot of like aggressiveness and tension, but I didn't sense that. I actually sense peace and restraint from people. So very interesting. Okay, Karangia. I like watching the sky at night, especially star-studded sky and the full moon. Oh yeah, for sure. Um, I'm in town, so it's hard to see the stars. There's a little bit too much light pollution to really see a star-studded sky, but maybe if I go out and do like a starry night thing, I'd have to go a little bit out of town to do it. You feel that this past moon helped a lot of inner child trauma. Oh, interesting, Falcon. I love inner child work. I've been delving into that myself, and It sounds scary, like you feel well, it depends. It depends it depends on the person, but it's been a really like fun experience to really get back in touch with my inner child and to reconnect with her and do like some remothering and stuff for my inner baby. Um, we coined a term, a mature baby. I'm a mature baby now. But yeah, inner child work is so it's different than you think it sounds very difficult, but I'm sure it can be, but it's really delightful because you really do get in touch with your inner child, your playful sense of your childlike nature, and it's really cool depending on what you're dealing with. Well, even when you're unraveling like trauma and things like that, once you liberate those areas that you're looking at, once you reach a state of liberation, that's when you get the benefits at that point. But so if for you this helped to release a lot of inner trauma, you might have some Aries, heavy Aries in your chart in some places where where the trauma could be at, or if it's related to a parent, your parent could have had strong Aries, um, or just maybe there was some authority issues or something there. But yeah, go check out my app so if you can't like, if nothing else, it should work like an app, but if it doesn't, it'll work like a web page and you're just interacting with it like a web page. But it should behave like an app or whatever. But go into the app and use it to ask these types of questions. It's like an oracle that you can ask all these questions, but it kind of gives you a framework to use to build on or whatever. Okay. Oh, geez. It's almost down there. It's almost over. 6:30 for you. Yeah, I think you're like 13 hours ahead in most of India because 6:30. So it must be 6 o'clock here. Yeah, I think you're like 12 and a half hours or something like that. Yeah, I think there's a 30-minute, which is crazy that that it does. I would think it would be, well, I don't know. I don't know what time it is here, but I'm pretty sure it's about 6 o'clock in the morning. So what is that? 12 and a half hours? You're 12 and a half hours? I don't know where that half hour comes from, but I guess it's there. Oh, Mimi Lunch. Hi, good morning, Mimi. I was just talking about you. I mentioned the fact that I owe you a Feldenkrais lesson, which I will put in there at some point. But good morning. Full moon was the 6th. Yeah, today. Well, last night. So I'm just coming out of the nighttime. So this is the same full moon for me I that came up last night. So it is, for me, it's the same full moon from the 6th. Okay, yeah, it's gorgeous. Just say, um, just say or just see. I don't know what you're saying, but welcome. Like a light shining on their dark place. Oh, interesting. Wow. Wow, Falcon. That sounds really deep. I don't know how old. I would guess, Falcon, that you're older, but I can't say that for sure. I have no idea. But Um, because it does amaze anybody watching this live is probably a little bit different than most people. So, you know, you could be any age. I've had a lot of kids on here. I don't know if they were actually kids, but I've had like, 7, 8, 9, 10 year olds on here, and that was very interesting to interact with them because these kids are have really amazed me. There are a lot of really awake and aware kids out there these days. Okay, we were all babies not long ago. That is very, very true. So we're mature babies now. Hopefully we can mature into adulthood, and sometimes it takes a little longer for some of us than others. Oh, you're a Pisces, no wonder, with a moon on Virgo. Well, your sun sign is the Pisces, so I'm assuming you're a Pisces sun with a Virgo moon? Oh, very interesting. Okay, so yeah, if you're a Pisces or with a Virgo moon, I'm assuming you're a Pisces sun with a Virgo moon. Yeah, Pisces are very metaphysical, so that is probably how and why you're so open to these things. Ravi Rawat, I'm in Arizona. Oh, you're 37. All right. That's young to me. That's young to me. I'm old. So 37. You're just yeah, you're almost 40. Yeah, the age of 40 is a magical time for anyone. Um and I think it's different for men versus women. I think for men, um well, it's a time of really deeply getting to know yourself. So yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. You're you sound like you have a lot of self-awareness. I think those are the hummingbirds in my tree there. I think that's the sound that they make, the little song that they make. I'll film it if I see them flying around, but Kanji, thank you watching live the full moon. Yeah, it's going somewhere else now. No, I'm not young. Well, I mean, I'm soul young. Because my soul is young. That's why I'm oh yeah, okay. I can hear yeah, okay, yeah, they're chirping. So we'll see. I'm gonna get off of here now since somebody accused me of just sharing a wall, which yes, it's just the wall now. We were filming the moon and the moon is now, yeah, I can't even see it from here. So I'm gonna hop off, but let me see. Oh, oh, there they are. Oh, look at this flock of birds here. I love this area of town because we have a lot of birds in the morning and things, but the hummingbirds are having their breakfast. I don't know what kind of tree this is. I don't know if it's a mesquite tree or what it is, but my neighbor has some hummingbird feeders, and they really like going to her hummingbird feeders, and then they hang out in this tree and have fun with each other. And then there are some kind of, I think they eat there's some kind of seed pods or something also in this tree that they may be eating or something. But I saw one little hummingbird flying around in there. But eh, nobody wants to make themselves. But sometimes I see back and forth between the feeder and the tree, which is so cute. They eat and then they rest in the tree and hang out and socialize. But okay, I'm gonna end it there. That was a, a good moonset. Boy, that lasted an hour. It set for, took it about an hour to set. Thanks, guys, for hopping in and sharing the moon setting, our super moon setting. God, that was wonderful. And the sunrise. This is technically, even though I'm not filming the other side, this is the time and space that we're sharing is the sunrise as well. But thanks for hopping in and chatting with me and having this lovely discussion about the, the whatnots that we chat about. And check out my app. I think I put it in this description. If not, check out one of my previous lives in the description. Mr. Crockett or whoever said put it in my bio. That's a great idea. I don't know why I didn't put it in there sooner. I'll try to put it in there and make it a little bit more accessible. But yeah, just go to a previous live and the link is in there. It's an app or a website. It's a progressive web app. So it's like in between a web page or a website and an app. So if you, whatever browser you're using, when you click the link, it'll open the app in that browser and you can interact with it. If you like it, then you can opt to in your browser settings, save an icon on your home screen, and then when you click it, it'll like open like an app. So it's kind of cool because you don't have to download anything to your phone. You're just basically using your browser to use it. I think you log in with your Google account, but if that's not cool, I think you can use a email or something. But it's free. It's totally free. And it uses it, there's some astrology, Kabbalah, all kinds of wonderful things in there. So check out the app, like and subscribe if you want to, if it resonates with you. Subscribing is helpful only because I go live sporadically. I really only go live. It just makes things easy for me. I don't have to learn video editing. I can just create content by going live. So I go live sporadically for, these different sky events. So subscribe and then you'll know like, oh, hey, she's doing something. But okay, I guess I'll leave it there. I'm gonna check the chat one more time. Thank you, Falcon. Yeah, have a blessed day too. Ikaranjia, thank you for coming in and having your discussions and sharing your time zone. It's really cool when somebody's in a different time zone because it just, I feel like it collapses time and space and we can kind of converge as one consciousness. Uh, I was just kind of, that's just kind of the person I am. I'm a bit of a sensualist and yeah, so so yeah, I'll leave it there. All right, well, good night, everybody. See you on another one.